The haunting of Hoia Baciu. Hoia Baciu Forest, nestled in the heart of Romania, was infamous for its chilling reputation. Locals avoided it, whispering about strange disappearances, eerie lights, and an unnatural silence that enveloped the trees. For decades, it had been dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. Emma, a journalist obsessed with uncovering the truth behind legends, arrived in Cluj-Napoca on a crisp autumn morning. She had heard tales of the forest's paranormal phenomena and decided to investigate. With her camera, notebook, and a skeptical resolve, she ventured into the forest at dusk, determined to debunk the myths. The moment Emma crossed the forest's threshold, an unsettling stillness greeted her. The air was thick, and the trees seemed to close in around her. Even the birds were silent, their usual melodies replaced by the sound of her own footsteps crunching the dry leaves. As she wandered deeper, she came upon the infamous clearing, a perfect circle where nothing grew. The ground was bare, as if scorched by some invisible force. Emma set up her camera, hoping to capture something tangible. Suddenly, a faint humming noise broke the silence. She turned toward the sound, but saw nothing. The humming grew louder, morphing into whispers. "Who's there?" Emma called out, her voice betraying her growing unease. The whispers ceased, replaced by a low growl that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Shadows began to move among the trees, darting just out of her line of sight. Her hands trembled as she clutched her flashlight. Determined to stay rational, Emma convinced herself it was her mind playing tricks. She continued to explore, coming across strange symbols carved into the tree trunks, intricate patterns that seemed to pulse faintly in the dim light. As she documented the carvings, the forest grew colder. Emma's breath turned to mist, and she felt a sudden weight pressing on her chest. Turning around, she saw it, a figure standing at the edge of the clearing. It was tall and humanoid, but its features were distorted, as if blurred by an unseen force. Its hollow eyes glowed faintly, and its skeletal hand pointed toward her. Emma froze, her instincts screaming at her to run, but her legs refused to move. The figure tilted its head, and an eerie voice echoed in her mind. You should not be here." Finally breaking free of her paralysis, Emma sprinted back the way she came. The forest seemed to shift around her, trees rearranging themselves to block her path. The whispers returned, louder now, forming words in a language she couldn't understand. Just when she thought she was lost, Emma stumbled out of the forest and onto the main road. She collapsed, gasping for air. Looking back, the forest seemed normal, almost inviting, but Emma knew better. Her camera was missing, and her notebook was filled with symbols she couldn't remember writing. She returned to her hotel, shaken and pale. The footage she thought she had captured was gone, replaced by static and a single, chilling message scratched into the screen: "Leave Hoia Baciu alone." Emma never spoke of her experience again, but she left Romania knowing the forest's reputation was no mere myth.